September.
Is this one?
That says 3. Like always. Okay. I thought maybe something had changed.
Welcome everybody. It's 6:30. We have got a public hearing, and the rules of conduct is on the bulletin board, and the Sergeant of Arms is Officer Call and Officer Eubanks, and it will be in effect tonight. So I'm going to turn it over to Bruce, and we will start the public hearing.
Thank you, Mayor. We have one item on the public hearing agenda tonight, which is ordinance 2018-01, an ordinance to amend the City of Laverne zoning ordinance as it pertains to convenience store sales. The public hearing was advertised in the Daily News Journal on Monday, February 12th, 2018, so it was properly advertised. At this time, if there is anyone that would like to come to the podium and speak regarding ordinance 2018-01, now is your opportunity to do so. Once again, this is a public hearing for ordinance 2018-01, an ordinance to amend the Laverne zoning ordinance as it pertains to convenience stores sales. Is there anyone here that would like to speak on this item? Mayor, seeing no one approach the podium, I would declare this public hearing closed. Turn it back over to you.
The public hearing is closed. We'll start the citizen forum at 6:45. Welcome everybody. It's 6:45, and we're going to start the citizen forum. We have two on the speaking list. First is Matthew Church. Please come up and state your name and your address for the record, please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, Alderman, Vice Mayor. Matt Church, 1527 Waxman Drive. I'm here tonight to ask some questions on the letter that went out on our water quality. And it appears to me that I guess it's a standard letter that you would send out if there's something wrong with your water per the state or TDEC or, the Water Act. What's concerning me is it looks more of a generic letter than something with any depth or meaning. And I want to read you an area in this letter that it says, if you have a severely compromised immune system or have an infant or elderly that may be increased of risk, and shall seek advice from your healthcare provider. The letter I just read that from is the notice of violation dated January 2nd, 2015 for Flint, Michigan. The letter that we have, I'm going to read it to you. If you have severely compromised immune system or have an infant, pregnant, elderly person, you may be increased of risk and should seek advice to a medical provider. So we got the City of Laverne's letter, and then we have the letter from Flint, Michigan. It also says in the City of Laverne letter, there's no need to boil your water. Again, Flint, Michigan, no need to boil your water. I'm not making any accusations, and I'm not up here ranting and raving. I'm trying to find out what's going on with our water. It's important to me because I do have a 4-year-old. It's important to me because there's a lot of seniors in our community. It's important to me because my family's health may or may not be at risk. Who pays for these letters that are sent out? Is it the City of Laverne or the private entity that runs the water treatment plant for profit? Our plant is operated by a private company that's a credible company, but they're here to generate revenue. It's obvious. They make money by treating our water. This was a temporary fix back in 2005 when the state dismantled our water group that was running it. Charges were filed, there was a lot of issues. Here we are, 12 years later, we're still outsourcing that to a private entity for profit. So if we have a private entity that's making money on the taxpayers of Laverne, at least the minimum what they can do is give us good quality water and safe water. Today you say it's not safe. So did Flint, Michigan. Thank you.
The next speaker will be Deborah Hugan. Please get up and speak your name for the record, please.
Good evening, everybody. I don't have anything prepared, so I just have to kind of wing it. Have a couple of things I'll try to talk about. One of them is real short and sweet. You're going to vote tonight on a lawsuit involving a former police officer. I believe his name is Lieutenant Stace was his name. He was fired for good reason for a hostile work environment. Outside companies were hired and paid for by the city to investigate it, and they did find that it was a hostile work environment. And I'm asking you to vote no on a settlement to this man. We shouldn't be paying him money for having a hostile work environment. Okay, next item is the water. Ever since I moved back to Laverne in 2011, we've had to buy drinking and cooking water because our water smells funny and tastes funny. And I'm pretty old, so back when I was a kid, water didn't have a taste and it didn't have a smell unless it was sulfur water. But city water never did. And I don't know what they're doing to the water now, but we can't drink it. And we spend about $60 to $70 a month to buy drinking water to cook with and make tea and ice and everything else with. And we shouldn't have to do that because we live in a city and we have a water treatment plant. And it seems to me that the water treatment plant could find a good balance of chemicals that makes our water safe to drink and make it to where it doesn't stink or taste bad, because it shouldn't do that. If you go to some other cities, most other cities, it's not like that. And I understand we do have hard water here in Laverne, and that's something that's kind of difficult to get around because of where we get our water from. But can't we get our water treatment plant to find a way to get a good combination of safe chemicals that won't make people sick and can make it a better quality water? It shouldn't be that hard to do. And it's a big issue. I mean, I'm able to spend $60 or $70 extra a month just on drinking water. But there's a lot of people, the seniors and the young couples with little kids, that are not able to afford to do that. And I shouldn't have to be doing that. I need to be putting that into a retirement account. So please help me out. Let me retire. Let me start putting that $60 or $70 a month into retirement so I can leave y'all alone and I can drink the water out of the tap. How about that? Y'all have a good evening.
No one else on the roster, so the citizen forum is over. The meeting will resume at 7 o'clock. Welcome, everybody, to the Board of Mayor and Aldermen March 6, 2018 regular meeting. It is after 7 o'clock, and I call this meeting to order, and we do have a quorum. The prayer is with Alderman Jones, and the Pledge of Allegiance is with members of the Girl Scout Troop 2293 and Troop 1006. Please, everybody stand for the prayer.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to call Representative Mike Sparks to lead us in prayer.
Dear Father, Just come before us, Lord, and we just give you praise, glory, and honor for the good gifts and that you've given this great community, Lord, this great state and this great nation, Lord Jesus. Lord, let's come forth and just grant these aldermen and the mayor wisdom and discernment, Lord, to make good decisions, Lord Jesus. Let us work together for the common good of the people in this community, Lord. Thank you for our police chief. Thank you for our firemen and rescue personnel, Lord Jesus, and our attorney and the staff of this great community, Lord Jesus, and all these things we pray in Jesus' name. Amen.
Face the flag.
The Girl Scouts.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank y'all. We're gonna, before we go into regular business, we got a presentation. We're gonna get the presentation out of the way. So we got some people that's got a busy schedule, so they can get on back to their schedule, and I appreciate they coming here to do the presentations. If we come up front. Make sure you're talking about us. Yeah. We go on this side of the microphone. And yeah.
Well, it's exciting news when I see a great community be awarded with the Safe City Award. This is a resolution that from the state of Tennessee House of Representatives. I'll go ahead and read it. Joint Resolution 703 by Representative Don White, Sparks, Terry, Rudd, and Senator Ketron. A resolution to honor the city of Laverne as one of the 10 safe cities in Tennessee. Whereas the General Assembly takes great pleasure in paying tribute to those Tennessee communities that have wisely used their resources to combat crime, thus ensuring the safety and improving the quality of life for their citizens. And whereas Safe Home has recently recognized City of Laverne as one of the 10 safest cities in Tennessee, a distinction that reflects positively on Laverne's municipal leaders, police officers, and our police chief. Thank you, Mr. Walker. Whereas Safe Home ranked the safest cities in Tennessee with a population of at least 30,000 based upon several factors, including the FBI's most recent uniform crime report, crime trends, and the number of police officers per capita and various demographic metrics. And whereas based upon the results of this study, Laverne ranked in the top 10 of the Tennessee safest cities, thus reaffirming its status as a great place to live. Whereas Laverne's Board of Mayor, Aldermen, Administrators, Police Chief provided outstanding leadership in reducing crime, while the city's police officers provided the real-world law enforcement that is primarily responsible for making their community a safer place to live. Whereas each day, police officers risk their lives to protect and serve their communities. And it is indeed gratifying to learn that their courageous efforts result in safer communities for Tennesseans. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the House of Representatives on this 110th General Assembly of the State of Tennessee, the Senate concurring, that we honor the City of Laverne as one of the 10 safest cities in Tennessee, commend the city leaders, police officers, Chief Walker, for their dedicated service in making Laverne an even better place to live, and extend to the citizens of Laverne as our best wishes for the most continued success and happiness. Congratulations, Mayor and Alderman and Police Chief Walker.
Thank you very much. I'm
really
proud to be here to accept this award, and with the Mayor of Laverne and the council, the staff and the employees, the police department, the fire department, I stand here proud to accept this award, and it's been a team effort, and
Yes,
I'm proud that you and Representative Don White and State Senator Bill Ketchum is here to help us with this award. Y'all great for the community. Y'all do a great thing for the state, Middle Tennessee, and I'm proud of y'all, and I'm proud for the city of Laverne.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Congratulations. I'm going to turn it over to Senator Kitchen and Representative White first.
Okay, well, thank you. I just want to say what a great community Laverne is, and thank all of your emergency management system, whether it's police, fire, ambulance, whatever it is, to make this city what it is. Thank you to the police. again, and what a great award. Laverne deserves all the credit. The citizens here of Laverne deserve a lot of it, whether it's neighborhood watches that their group forms in the community to help to make Laverne one of the safest cities to live in. It's just a community effort, and Laverne is such a wonderful community, and I couldn't think of a better city to get this award.
Thank you.
Just want to say thank you for the opportunity to come, Representative Sparks and Representative White, Mayor, Alderman. Thank you for letting me say a few words to you. But my hat's off to you. And let me first say that probably, Mayor, one of the best hires you ever made was in Mike Walker, your chief. There's no doubt I served with Mike when he was over the highway patrol in the last administration at state level. And when you hired him, he brought to the city of Murfreesboro that skill set that set the tone, I think, for the creation of people realizing he brought that professionalism into the community, and it had that overriding effect even into the fire department and all the first responders. So I say congratulations on behalf of the state of Tennessee that we come here to honor you as one of our 10 best, safest cities in the state of Tennessee. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. We're awful proud of Chief Walker and the police department, and we're proud of all the employees. And you're right, it comes back to a safe city, starts in the neighborhood with neighborhood watches. A good neighbor is worth a pot of gold. And from the neighborhood up to the city employees, and y'all do a good job at the state, and that shows too, and I appreciate everything, and I appreciate that award. Thank you, thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
We can. Everybody can get up there. Let's see. Let's see if I can.
Well, you might need a chief over there.
Chief, you want to get up?
Come on, chief. You started all this. Right? Hey. Tell me you're the boss.
Ricky, you get up.
Can't get,
Everybody get up.
his lens is not wide enough for 56 of them, but
That's all right. He'll tell you to take my son.
Okay, we'll start here. Ready? 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, now look at me. Thank you very much. All right. All the people that want to see you smile are right in that hole right there. Thank you, gentlemen. Right there. How about that? 3, 2, 1. Hold it. Thank you.
Thank y'all. Thank all of y'all for showing up. Appreciate it. See y'all Saturday. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it. I'm gonna let you keep that. Again, I appreciate everybody showing up for the presentation. Great honor for the city. Shows Laverne is a safe place. With that being said, we're down to order of business. Number 1, approve minutes for February the 6th, 2018 regular meeting. Need a motion to approve the minutes.
Make a motion to accept this.
Got a motion to approve. Need a second.
A second.
Got a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Hearing no nays, the minutes is approved. That puts us down to number 2, the department reports. The first is fire. Ricky.
Mayor, Alderman,
For the month of February 2018, had a total of 283 calls. It's 1 structure fire, 38 fire alarms, 1 vehicle fire, 2 grass fires, 1 hazardous materials call, 32 motor vehicle accidents, 184 medical calls, 9 canceled en route, 15 miscellaneous calls, 991 hydrant refurbishments, and 7 fire inspections. The average response time for the month of February 2018 was 3.3 minutes, and total water consumption for the same month was 3,000 gallons. Any questions? Thank you.
Next will be the Police Department, Chief Walker.
Mayor, Vice Mayor, Alderman, the first thing I want to say is there were some things said a few minutes ago that I need to clarify. It ain't Mike Walker. It's the men and women of this agency that work hard every day for the citizens of this community, and they give it everything they've got. They're some of the best professional, best trained, quality people anywhere that I've ever met. And that includes my old agency. And there's some really good people there and good law enforcement officers there. And if it weren't for them, we wouldn't have the community we have. I can say that because I live here and I pay taxes here. And I've been here since '03. We chose Laverne. Laverne didn't choose us. And we chose it for a reason, because of the people and the folks that are here. With that being said, you can see that our calls for service are down actually about 7.9% in the first 2 months of this calendar year compared to 2017. They've changed drastically when it comes to the hour a day, time of day, day of week, etc. That fluctuates seasonally, but comparatively, they've really changed a lot. Next one, Glenn. We have 3 young folks right now at Toledo who are graduating the 29th of March. They can't graduate the 30th. That's Good Friday. It's state holiday, and state employees don't work on Good Friday, except those in public safety, emergency services. But they will be graduating, and then they'll come back and begin the field training program with their field training officers. And we have Jackie Saunders, Harry Hollins Jr., who is a second-generation Laverne police officer, and also Andrew Cena. A 4th cadet officer, who is a Laverne resident, Brandon Joyner, will start in first part of April. And he will be there and do his 12 weeks and come back home, and then we'll have him out there. Right now, we're in the process of getting ready to make offers if we have all 3 of the newest ones who successfully complete everything Cheryl gets back from the various folks they have to go see and talk to and be prodded by and picked at. And if that works out, then hopefully by the end of this month, we should have 3 more new ones on board. And we're aggressively in the process of trying to test again. It's probably going to be right around the very 1st of April before we do, because of the various things that are going on this month. We're working on something that I don't hang out on Facebook. I tweet, but I don't hang out on Facebook. And I was told that this weekend there were a lot of conversations about crime mapping, et cetera, being out there where the citizens could see. You all remember last year I came to you with a proposal. You approved it, and we started spending the money for something that's called Accurate. It's a LexisNexis product. Accurate takes our data from our server, and there was another call yesterday with Glenn and Jackie involved, and then with Lieutenant David Durham and Lieutenant Mike Campbell. I listened in, but we're probably a couple of months out before we start seeing maybe some results, because there's a lot of work on our end on the backside to make sure that all of the data that's coming out goes appropriately and correctly, and then is able to be mapped. And we'll be allowing that data to be pushed out to Accurate probably a couple of times a day. We can't do it more often. It's not real time, simply because it's going to take so much and be such a burden and a load on the server we have here, which is our production server, and it will be live pulling from. But you will be able to see, hopefully sometime, it may be late summer, but sometime fairly soon you'll be able to see, go to a link and hit it, and you can see the crime data, what types of crimes are occurring and where they're occurring in Laverne. We won't give addresses, we won't give names, we won't give all the specific crimes in and of themselves. It will have a block number. It will give a street name and a block number, but not an actual address, so that we don't pinpoint. If it was my child that had been sexually abused, I wouldn't want that out there. You wouldn't either. If it was my wife that had been attacked, I wouldn't want that out there, and you wouldn't either, or husband, so to speak. But that's coming. It's coming quick, fast, and in a hurry. This month is going to be a very busy month. It's already started that way. As a matter of fact, the end of February and the 1st of March, March came in like a line, and about the last week and a half, our officers have taken over 15 pounds of weed off the streets, including weapons and other drugs as well, and responded to several hundred calls for service. But in the midst of all that, we're hosting quarterly Crime Stoppers for Middle Tennessee here this Thursday. March 14th, we'll have about 8 of our personnel, including me, that will be over at Middle Tennessee State University, and will be participating in their Criminal Justice Department's annual information exchange, which means we're going to actually be there recruiting personnel. We have a former employee now who was an intern, and then she came back and was a patrol officer for a little over 2 years, Katie Bush, and she's in THP Academy. We have Katie Mooney, who came and did an internship with us from Middle, and she someday wants to be a patrol officer, but she's actually in training to be an emergency communications specialist right now in dispatch. And we have another gentleman, a young man that is doing a current internship. He's applied, and he will be testing the next time we test, because he graduates in May. So that's been a very fruitful place for us to go and find good folks, and we're going to continue going to places like that and seeking the best we can get. March the 16th, we're hosting the LHS Criminal Justice students here at LPD that afternoon, and let them come visit, tour, hear the various units that we have, specialized units, et cetera, see equipment, and talk to them. We are a community partner with the LHS CJ Club, which means we're there to help them. And as you all know, in November, we went with them, we'd worked with them and went with them down to Spring Hill, and they won the championship of the CJ competition for the 3rd year in a row. And every high school in Rutherford County except Oakland participated, plus McGavock, plus Hendersonville, plus Spring Hill, and then another couple that were there as well. So we're proud of those kids, and we're proud to work with them. We love it, and we always have a good time, but some of them haven't been able to be here to see. On the 17th, we're going to be helping keep runners safe. Laverne Middle School is doing a 5K run, and we're going to work it out to where we don't cause a whole lot of hate and discontent on a Saturday morning about 8 o'clock. But they'll be running in the area over there, and we'll keep them safe. And then watch out that evening because that's St. Patrick's Day and alcohol saturation patrols will be hot and heavy. Might even see a couple of checkpoints. We'll announce that in another few days. Rutherford County schools are closed the 26th through the 30th, so calls for service will pick up, trust me, especially if it's pretty and all the kids are outside. March the 22nd, we have our Citizen Police Academy starting. It runs through the 31st of May. It'll be every Thursday night, 5:30 to 8:30. I left a lot of the brochures over here on the table. Cherie threatened me if I didn't bring them and talk about it, so I am, and you can tell her I did. March the 24th is our egg hunt, and you can hear more about that from AC in a bit, but we'll be there helping with that as always and being there with the kids. We have something that we're going to be doing pretty soon, and Ricky and I talked about it a few minutes ago. There are several radios, and you'll hear more about this Saturday. Several of our radios are very near end of life cycle. The system we have now with Metro, we're spending a lot of money. The state's new Tennessee Advanced Communications Network is up and running, and the radio side of it is doing great. And fire and police will be utilizing 4 mobiles and at least 4 portables each to test for a while in building, mobile, etc. For a few weeks to be sure that it works as well as what we have. I think it'll probably work better because it's going to save us some money, and it's going to save us enough money we're going to be able to buy some radios, like maybe 5 mobiles, because the cost has really gone up on those. But it's going to help us in the long run because we'll be able to have interoperable communications with other agencies across the state. The next page in the packet is the preliminary numbers for our TIBERS and NIBERS data, National Incident-Based Reporting System, Tennessee Incident-Based Reporting System. It indicates there were 2,947 offenses reported. That's not a correct number. We've known there were some things going on. Bruce and I had a discussion a few months ago, and we were able to pinpoint by looking at numbers and when they changed, and they changed when we flipped the switch on our new CAD and RMS when we started entering information to TNCOP, which was the web-based report entry system, instant-based entry system. But we know for a fact that there are duplicate cases in TBI's database, and it's because of when we flipped the switch on our mobile field reporting in April. Prior to that, we had 336 incidents or offenses that were reported that are duplicates. So that number of 2,947 is 336 less, or 2611 preliminary numbers. But we're still going to be working on those and trying to do something with them, and I'm arguing with some of those folks I know up there and have known for a long time, telling them it's their baby to rock, not ours. But anyway, that's where we are. Any questions?
Thank you, Chief. Good job. Now we're down to Codes Department. Randolph Sawyers, he's not here tonight, but all of his information is in the packet. Puts it down to D, Park and Rec. That's A.C. Davis.
Mayor, Vice Mayor, Alderman. There are numbers for the month. We've had quite a bit going on with splitting time with the census, and I'm sure y'all have noticed the grass is getting green. It's about that time. Once you start, you got to keep on going. I did want to touch on the Daddy's Daughters dance that we had last month. And I'd like to thank Dan back here from the Murfreesboro Post for doing a nice article on that and getting some good pictures. We had it at Roy Waldron School, and it's just getting bigger and bigger every year. It was had to have been at least 300 people there, I would say, at one point. So it just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and we may have to look at putting a cap on it before too long because we want to stay safe. Also, big month at the senior center as well. It's busting at the seams. I'll go into that a little bit more in my retreat presentation. We'll talk about the numbers, and but if it weren't for the volunteers and people that donate down there, I don't know what we'd do. But there's a lot of people that give down there. David and his guys did some walking trail lights. We went to LED lights, which is going to save us in the long run, and installed some new bead board and new exit signs for PD. We got some of the upcoming events, as Chief Walker alluded to, the Easter egg hunt. I reached out to the National Guard. I'm hoping we get some help from them because I'm telling you, every year that gets bigger and bigger as well, and it is a spectacle. It's fun to watch. But we've tried to split them up now and put them on separate fields so that it's not as chaotic. But yeah, we'll take all the help we can get if y'all want to come out and help spread some eggs. The egg hunt, the first field we'll let go at 10 o'clock-ish. And if we can get all the eggs put out there, and we just need volunteers to help form a human fence so that the parents try to remember, this is for the kids. You can't run out and pick up eggs too. So, but I know it's exciting for a lot of people. And if you have little ones, then those parents are allowed to go out on the fields with their kids. We have opening day for LBSL will be coming up April 7th. And then we have a music in the park on April 22nd. All this is dependent on the rain and the weather. So we'll see what happens with that. We have a seniors advisory committee meeting on the 15th at 4, Parks workshop on the 19th at 6, and then a Greenway on the 19th at 7. And that's all I have. Anybody have any questions?
Daddy and daughter dance, it's getting bigger and bigger. I hate to see a lid be put on it. We might talk to Laverne High School about transferring it over there because I like to see it keep
I would
growing.
too. I would too. We didn't bring in quite enough personnel this last time because it was me and Julie and a couple of other guys left to clean up, and it was quite a lot of stuff to pick up trash, and they used the bleachers too to the fullest extent. So, I mean, I had my wife there helping clean up too. It was quite a lot to clean up. But yeah, if Laverne High School is willing to partner up with us, I'm sure we can, let them use the ball fields for some tournaments or something, or whatever they need to do. But
in last year's Easter egg hunt, I think it was more organized. Yeah. It's like organized chaos, and I think I think this year would be, the weather permitting, it'd be great too.
Well, we're going to try to do the same exact setup because so far since I've been up there, that's been the best one we've had as far as organization goes, and so
I think last year you tell a big difference in organization.
Oh yeah. So cross your fingers and y'all come on out for that.
Thank you, AC.
All right.
We're down to finance. Phyllis Rogers.
Thank you, Mayor and Alderman. Tonight's financial report is year-ending, month ending January 31st for our fiscal year. For general fund, revenues have finally exceeded expenditures by approximately $951,000. Sales tax, we've collected approximately $4.5 million in sales tax. That's $732,000 better than what we budgeted and $402,000 better than prior year. State Street aid revenues have exceeded expenditures by approximately $249,000. And in our stormwater fund, revenues have exceeded expenditures approximately $195,000. In our water sewer fund, revenues have exceeded expenditures by approximately $1.7. Second page represents our balances in our various bank accounts as of the end of January. And the third page is a comparison to prior year. For the general fund, revenues are up about $92,000. Expenses are up about $855,000. For water sewer fund, revenues are down just a little bit, about $144,000. Expenses are up about $417,000, and tap fees are down about $413,000. Any questions?
Thank you, Phyllis. Good job. That puts us down to library. Ms. Donna.
Mayor, Vice Mayor Alderman, good evening. For the month of February, there was an attendance of 6,417 with a daily average of 267. We issued 106 cards, new cards. We circulated 4,889 items. There were 2,371 computer users, and we had a total of 39 programs with an attendance of 538. For a short month, I thought that was pretty good. We still are having help with tax preparation. It is free. It's through United Way. They have cut our days a little bit. We will be having them there on Friday and Saturday, March 9th and 10th, from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. And then this will be the last Saturday. Beginning the next week, it will be just Fridays until April the 13th from 9 to 1. This is a free tax preparation for people who make under $66,000, and it's walk-ins only. We are having our book sale. This is the first book sale that we've had in a little over a year due to our great water event. The Parks and Rec guys were fantastic. They moved all of our donated books down to the multipurpose building. So that's where we're going to be holding our sale this year. It will be Friday, March the 9th, this Friday from noon until 4, and Saturday, March the 10th from 9 until 2 p.m. at the multipurpose building. Prices are fantastic. We've got a great variety of books, audiobooks, DVDs, and also some VHS tapes if anyone's still interested. And this is something I really am so proud that the library is able to do. We invite all of you to join us on Saturday, April the 7th at 2 p.m. in our library gallery. Rolling Thunder, Tennessee One chapter, is going to be there to perform the Missing Man Table Ceremony. Their motto, united in the cause to bring full accountability for the prisoners of war missing in action of all wars, reminding the government, the media, and the public by our watchwords, we will not forget. The Missing Man Table after the ceremony will be left in the library for a month. It's full of symbolism and a very moving ceremony. So I do invite all of you to come out on Saturday, April the 7th at 2 p.m. And of course, you can find all of our programs listed on our website. Any questions?
Thank you, Donna. Will everybody be here Saturday for the retreat? And I urge everyone to stop down to Multipurpose Building, check out your books before they come over here.
That's perfect. Thank you.
Thank you, Donna. You always do a great job. Now we're down to water treatment. Wayne Lowry.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Alderman. For the month of February, we treat on average 3.773 million gallons from the lake, delivered about 3.328 of that to the community per day. As everyone knows, the public notice went out on February 20th. Some might still be trickling in. We posted today here at City Hall, at the library, at the senior center, and at some of our single bill payers like Rainbow Acres and Glen Ridge and our Cedar Ridge, the public notice so that everyone in the city of Laverne that consumes water has the public notice. The Paul personnel were on site in February looking over the unit, trying to get it up and running. We ran into a little bit of a glitch with the microbiologically induced corrosion. We're going to be taking a closer look at that week of March 19th to see where we go from there. Personnel from Waskin Pumps and Griggs Mowing were on site in February to look over the raw water pumps. At the time, we were only using pump number 2. Pump number 1 has a really bad leak on it that could cause damage to the building, and pump 3 would not start. As of today, the motor's been replaced on pump 3, so we have pump 2 and pump 3. Number 1 can be run in an emergency, but ideally we'll wait till to get the flange fixed. We did perform a controlled test in the facility on February 20th, trying to see what we could get one plant to do in million gallons a day. We had a little bit of struggle with one of the filters that we know has been a challenge. So we're going to continue that test, and I'll probably run it again next week. We completed the inventory of the whole facility as per the contract. It was due 30 days from commencement of date, so we turned that into Bruce on March 1st. We submitted a 5-year capital plan I know we'll be going over during the retreat. Shane Bissinger will be attending in my absence for that retreat. The The lake is doing good, Mayor. We're at 485.1 feet. We're still below normal pool, but we're doing good. February had 9.8 inches of rain. It's a very wet month, 6.28 inches above normal. So it was a very wet month for us. We did complete 84 work orders out of our work order system. We're still improving on that to try to get more of that done. Our cross-connection side of it, we did 54 cross-connections, and we completed 80 resurveys. So we're staying in compliance on the cross-connection part. Any questions?
Question?
Do you want to address any of the questions that were brought up by citizens?
I can just address that in the letter. Everything in that letter, including the language that is associated with Flint, Michigan, and any other public notice in the United States of America is required by the Environmental Protection Agency. I have no control over any of that language. The only language in that letter that is allowed to be written by us is at the bottom of the paragraph of the page describing what we did. The language all throughout is required by the Environmental Protection Agency. So you will see that if you look at any site anywhere in the United States, that same language. As far as the odor to the water, all I could do is say that the water leaving the plant, it smells perfectly clean, perfectly fine. I'd be more than happy to go to a customer's house, test the water. We sample water all the time. We will go to any customer that calls and complains and lets us know what's going on, and we will sample, we will test. I will arguably say that we treat the water to all US EPA regulations and state regulations, and we are mandated to do so, versus any other type of water system that doesn't meet the same regulations.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That puts us down to Public Works, Garland Russell.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Alderman. This will be for the month of February. We had a total of 13 request calls for brush. We had 168 brush pickups with 12 loads and 30,900 pounds. It was all the rain this month. We wasn't out in it picking up the brush. We got back on it. 184 workhouse program hours with a total of 89 work orders. Vehicle repairs, we had 49 with 44 in-house and 5 were outsourced. Done a total of 25 oil changes, changed 13 tires, 5 sets of brakes, and 3 equipment repair. And at the shop, they're in the process of getting all the equipment ready for the mowing season, which will probably start in the next couple of weeks. Any questions?
Thank you, Garland. That puts it down to utility. Michael Deeks.
Mayor Alderman, good afternoon. For the month of February, the water department had a total of 125 work orders, 48 service calls. We had 3 mainline breaks for the month. We repaired 0 service line breaks. Our fire hydrant repairs were 6. We did perform 9 cleanups. Estimated gallons of water not sold for the month was 45,000. We had 15 hours overtime. The meter department, we had 292 total work orders, 13 new meter sets. Industrial swap outs for the month was 32. Answered 221 Tennessee 1 calls. Leaks located were 2. We detected 10.7 miles of pipe. Customer requests for meter test and reports were 14. We listened to 456 meters with a total of 62.5 hours overtime in that department. On down to the sewer department, we had a total of 124 work orders. Service calls were 76, pump stations were 48. Our final grinder pump inspections for the month was 6. Manhole inspections and repairs were 49. We rebuilt 8 grinder pumps in-house, and we had a total of 95.9 in the sewer department overtime. Majority of the overtime this month was helping with the special census also.
Thank you. Good job,
Thank you,
Michael.
sir.
Now we're down to Human Resources, Cheryl Smith.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor Alderman. Here is the report for Human Resources. We've had 1 external job posted with 23 applicants, 2 actual new hires, 1 internal job posted with 8 applicants, and 1 employee was promoted. We had 1 resignation, 0 terminations, and looking at workers' compensation, there were 4 claims and 2 liability claims. a total of 106 Care Here appointments, 1 no-show, 365 lives are covered through Care Here, and our HRAs increased. We had 12 for the month of February. Total claim dollars spiked a little bit, and I'm following up on that because it seems like a very large jump. $655,101. Are there any questions?
Thank you, Cheryl.
Thank
you very
you.
much. We've done the presentations. Again, I want to thank Mike Sparks, Bill Kitchum, and Don White for being here. They took out of the busy schedule, but I appreciate them being here with the presentation. That puts us down to old business, number 4. Second reading ordinance 2018-01, an ordinance to amend the City of Laverne zoning ordinance as it pertains to convenience store sales. This received a favorable recommendation from the Planning Commission back last year, December the 28th, 2017. I need a motion to approve or to deny.
Motion to approve.
Got a motion to approve. Need a second.
Second.
Alderman Cole.
Aye.
Alderman Brown.
Aye.
Alderman Jones. Vice Mayor Green. I say aye. Second reading ordinance 2018-1 passes. Down to number 5. Second reading ordinance 2018-02. This is an ordinance to amend Title I, Chapter 1, Section 1-101 regarding the time and place of regular meetings. Need a motion to approve or deny.
Motion to amend this to include language to state as determined by a natural disaster declared by the governor.
Got a motion to approve with stipulation. Need a second. Got a motion on the table to approve with stipulation. Need a second. Hearing no second, motion fails for lack of second. I'll open it back up for another motion. Motion to approve or deny.
Motion to deny.
Got a motion to deny. Need a second. Again, I got a motion to deny. I need a second. Hearing no second, the motion second fails. The motion fails for lack of second. I'm going to open it back up for another motion to approve or deny.
Motion to approve.
Got a motion to approve. Need a second.
I second.
Got a second. Alderman Jones.
Well, hold on. Can we have some discussion on
Yes.
that? Again, I want to point out that this is not needed. We already have in place the ability to change meetings. When it comes to the November meeting, I know the multipurpose building is going to be used for early voting. This is not a location for election day voting. So this room will be available to people to come in and listen to the meeting and for us to be here. When it comes to natural disasters, I mean, we haven't had one declared by the governor here for quite some time, I believe since the 2010 floods. And the board was still able to meet in that situation. So whether it's an earthquake in Missouri from the 1800s or a fire in Gatlinburg, we have the ability to make these changes without canceling a meeting. We can still do the work of the city without just putting it on hold for a month.
Any further questions? Again, Alderman Jones.
Aye.
Alderman Cole.
No.
Alderman Brown.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Green.
Aye.
I say aye. The motion, second reading ordinance 2018-02 passes 4-1. Puts it down to number 6. Excuse me. Second reading ordinance 2018-03. This is an ordinance to amend Chapter 1, Title 1, Chapter 1-102 regarding the order of business and regular meetings. Need a motion to approve or deny.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Got a motion to approve. Need a second.
Second.
Got a second. Alderman Brown.
Aye.
Alderman Jones.
Aye.
Alderman Cole.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Green.
Aye.
I say aye. Second reading ordinance 2018-03 passes. Excuse me. We're down to consent agenda. Need a motion to approve or deny this consent agenda.
Motion to approve.
Got a motion to approve. Need a second.
I second.
Alderman Cole.
Aye.
Alderman Brown.
Aye.
Alderman Jones.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Green. I say aye. The consent agenda passes. Now that puts us down to new business. First reading ordinance 2018-04, an ordinance to amend the Laverne zoning ordinance regarding used car sales. This received a favorable recommendation from the Planning Commission on November the 28th of 2017. Need a motion to approve or deny.
Motion to approve the version that the Planning Commission sent over to us.
Got a motion to approve the
Version A.
Ordinance that the Planning Commission sent over without any stipulation. Need a second.
Second.
Got a second? Alderman Jones.
Aye.
Alderman Cole.
Aye.
Alderman Brown.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Green. I say aye. First reading ordinance 2018-04 passes. Now we're down to number 9. First reading ordinance 2018-05, an ordinance to amend the Laverne zoning ordinance to remove self-storage mini warehousing from commercial zoning districts. This also received a favorable recommendation from the Planning Commission back on February the 27th, 2018. Need a motion to approve or to deny.
Motion to approve.
Got a motion to approve. Need a second.
Second.
Alderman Brown.
Aye.
Alderman Jones.
Aye.
Alderman Cole.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Green. I say aye, so ordinance 2018-05 passes. Push it down to number 10. This is a resolution. 2018-04, this is a resolution of the City of Laverne Board of Mayor and Aldermen to declare property owned by the city to be surplus to the city needs and direct disposal of the same. This was spoke at workshop by Ricky. Need a motion to approve or deny.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve. Need a second.
Second.
Alderman Cole.
Aye.
Alderman Brown.
Aye.
Alderman Jones.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Green.
Aye.
I say aye. The resolution 2018-04 passes. Number 11. Excuse me. Motion to approve or deny a settlement offered for the Stacy Thompson lawsuit. Need a motion to approve or deny.
Motion to deny.
Got a motion to deny. Need a second. Got a motion on the table to deny the settlement offered by Stacy Thompson. Need a second. Hearing no second, the motion fails for lack of second. I'm gonna open it back up. Need a motion to approve.
A motion to approve.
Got a motion to approve. Need a second.
Second.
Got a second. Any discussion?
I think this is just as far as looking through the Moss report, I think this is a pretty easy decision to go ahead and send this through and let the courts handle it versus, once again, settling, as the city's done repeatedly.
Any more discussion? Any more questions? Alderman Jones.
Aye.
Alderman Cole.
No.
Alderman Brown.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Green. I'm gonna say no. It passes 3-2. To settle the lawsuit for Stacy Thompson. Now number 12, motion to approve or reject bids for the asphalt, paving, and material bids. Need a motion to approve or deny.
Motion to defer.
Motion to defer. Got a motion on the table to defer. Need a second.
A second.
Got a second. Alderman, any discussion? Alderman Brown.
Aye.
Alderman Jones.
Aye.
Alderman Cole.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Green. Aye. I say aye. Motion to defer bids for asphalt paving has been deferred. This puts us down to mayor and alderman comments. Alderman Jones.
Just wish everybody stay safe out there with the weather changing like it is, and just be safe. Thank you.
Alderman Brown.
Just like to remind everyone that it's Women's History Month, so be a good time for you to review some of the history of women that have been powerful in the communities and in different organizations across history. But most importantly, make sure that you talk to the powerful women in your family so that you get that heritage down, so that in future generations they can realize what awesome relatives you have. Also, I want to invite everyone to join us at the Motlow ribbon cutting ceremony. They have a brand new building out there in Smyrna. It's at 5002 Motlow College Boulevard, and it'll be March 23rd at 11 a.m. This is a really awesome thing for our community because our adults now have the option to go back to school without paying any money with Tennessee Reconnect. That allows you to get a 2-year degree, and it pays down to the last dollar. So there's no reason if you've wanted to finish your degree now that you don't. So if you haven't talked to Motlow or any other community college in the area, I encourage you to do so. But I picked Motlow just because I went there and I loved them. So I hope we see you there. Thank you.
Alderman Cole.
Just want to remind everyone to come out to the Easter egg hunt. It's always a fun event. I've been volunteering for probably 7 or 8 years with this, and definitely be there to help throw out some eggs. Want to thank everybody, whether it's city employees, Box 100 Rescue Squad, everybody who helped with the basically on-the-ground census work. I know the final numbers were just over 34,000, and just thank everyone for their work on this. Very much appreciated by, I'm sure, everyone on this board. Thank you.
Vice Mayor Green.
No, I'm fine, thank you.
I want everybody to keep the Smith family and the Davis family in their prayers. Always a tough time to lose somebody or that is a tough time, and keep the Smith and Davis family in their prayers. And I want to thank the Girl Scout troop 1006 and 2293 for being here to do the pledge. Always good to see the Girl Scouts and the Boy Scouts. Happy to see them. And I'm going to apologize in advance. This spring we're going to have construction on Mason Road. That's out there toward Industrial. They're going to join in Bain, but on the good thing, they're going to take a lot of the S-curves out. And for years, I've had complaints by bus drivers that S-curve, they have had to stick one wheel off, and the city's worked for years to make it better, but hopefully that will eliminate a lot of the problem. And good thing, I think the developers that's building the building out there is going to, I think they're going to pay for 100% of the cost. So that'll be a welcome, so you can have another option to cut through Bain to go straight through. And that's a long-awaited project that we've been waiting on. And it's good to see that it won't cost the city anything. And happy to see, I appreciate the engineering, the coast department, Bo, and all y'all done a good job in working with people on that, and I appreciate that. And then the library, I'll head on again with the library with the Friday and Saturday book sales, March 9th and 10th at the multipurpose building. Like I say, a lot of people be here Saturday for the retreat, and stop by there. Donna will be happy to see your book. I know that's right. And then happy to be awaiting shipment on 9 new police vehicles. And then, as the chief stipulated, that we got 3 new officers coming in the end of this month, and hopefully a 4th one at the first of the month. And this is what it takes to keep the crime low, is keep the manpower and equipment up. And I've been proud that this board the last 3 years has stepped up and made a big difference. And the Laverne Library, again, with Donna, I can't emphasize this enough, because this is free, hosting a free income tax assistance. people come by there, and the one qualification, you just got, your family household has got to be with under 66,000. So this is a good time for people to get some stuff done. And the Laverne Rescue Squad is having a country ham breakfast Saturday, March 10th, from 6 to 10 at the Laverne Rescue Squad building, and that's at 141 Gamble Lane. That's just right behind the old Civic Auditorium. Now the fire department is using it for the administration building. And remember, Saturday night, to set your clocks back, because we're in daylight savings time, so you spring forward, but you lose an hour, but the days will be 1 hour longer, so that'll help a lot. And that'll be on Saturday, March 11th. And it's a great time, as Ricky and Chris and Kurt would tell you, be a perfect time to check your smoke alarm, put new batteries in it. And I want to welcome Dunkin' Donut. They are officially open in Laverne. Good crowd was on hand for the ribbon cutting. It adds to the city's dining option with Checkers, Taco John's, Bojangles, and Honey Hole. And 2018, I feel, is going to definitely be a big year for economic development. And Bo and Adam, y'all do a good job over it. And I have to give a plug for the codes department. Missy and Connie, they got on to me the other day. I stopped over and they said, I don't ever brag on them, but I'm going to brag on the whole building over there. Y'all do a good job. The day I stopped in there, the little conference room, y'all had submittals spread out everywhere. So with the submittals y'all got in the paperwork, 2018 ought to be a banner year. But I appreciate everybody at the codes department. So Connie and Missy, maybe they'll get off my back. But, and then don't forget about the Easter egg hunt. They didn't say anything about that, but it's organized chaos. When my kids were little, they was in it, and it wasn't near as big, but everybody has a good fun. I think the adults has more fun than the kids, and the problem I've seen when I was over there, if the adults would stay out, the kids would do fine. But everybody has a good time. And I want to thank the Laverne Rescue Squad and all the city employees that help with the special census. And special thanks to Kyle, Glenn, and Tom. They worked hard putting everything together. We submitted the information to the GNRC and report the final numbers when it's completed and it's certified. Congratulations to Jamie Ingalls for being awarded the Civilian Congressional Medal of Honor. If you remember, he's the young man that we had here back in September. He's the one that confronted the shooter down at Antioch, the Burnett Chapel Church. He was awarded the Civilian Congressional Medal of Honor, and that's a big thing, and I'm so happy that he got that. His grandmother has been a long time employed with Laverne, and Jamie grew up right here in Laverne, so that's good. And I want to again thank Mike Sparks, Donald White, Bill Ketchum for being here. I'm proud for the city to be in the top 10 of the safest city. Like Don White said, it starts with the neighborhoods, the citizens, the city employees, the police and fire department, this board, the staff. It's a team effort, and I'm proud to see Laverne be in the top 10 in the state. And glad everybody was here tonight. It's a good crowd. Good to see a good crowd, and appreciate everybody coming here. And that's all I've got, and I've called this meeting adjourned.